here's my vision for mobile money. I want a situation where, I have an employee, say my driver, and I ask, do you have a bank account? He says no. And then I say, well, dial this USSD code, and he does. And from that USSD code, he can receive his salary. After that, he can maybe buy airtime, play the lottery, buy some groceries, whether in a supermarket or in a farmer's market, right? So just participate in both the formal and informal economy. So then on a longer term basis, we want some cases beyond, some use cases beyond the immediate requirements, and those could look like insurance, or bond trading. So you imagine, their favorite brand, for instance, has shares on offer. He can start to make investments in these shares, for his children. He could also sort of use some more sophisticated savings instruments and so on and so forth. In Nigeria, we've just launched a product called mCash, and what mCash does is enable merchant-to-merchant payments via USSD. So all of the telcos cooperated to work with the national switch to make the service available. Quite a few banks have signed up, and I think the goal is to sign up every bank. I mean, a product like that actually increases the revolution of money in Nigeria again, and rolls all the way up to GDP, because cash is expensive, cash is static, it just sits there sometimes and just doesn't go anywhere and do anything. But with electronic payments, you increase the revolution and productivity of value. Right, so in the process of running the network, there's a lot of information that we get to know about the consumers. Even if all you look at is recharge behavior, that sort of helps you understand a person a lot more. So we can then use this information and working with banks, support them to make credit decisions, right? So rather than sort of trading only on mobile products, we start to actually expand the purview of what our records on the customer can do and help banks make financial credit decisions. In 2015, we launched a major service with a bank in Nigeria, and we were able to actually open 20% of the accounts opened at that bank for that given year, which I think represented quite a victory, really, because even if it was just the savings in terms of the physical resources that would have been deployed to open that same number of accounts, right, we were able to just, quickly do that for this partner with a few strokes on a USSD menu. So I think it represented a fantastic achievement. Just opening the accounts isn't the beginning and the end of the story. So how do you enable customers in areas where there's no physical infrastructure to use these accounts? You need an agent network. So I think financial inclusion in Nigeria will accelerate significantly once there's an agent network in place. Financial inclusion will just make life easier, really, because when you have a customer that's financially included, and then you're working with a telco network, we've got data points on this customer that make things like a loan decision easier. So this brings control back into the hands, of the person, and they can sort of take charge of their own destiny.